Good morning, rise and shine, my friends. Today is Monday, June 17th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Katherine Hobbs. Thank you so much for starting your morning with me. Temps this week will hang in the mid-80s to high 90s, and today's high is 93 degrees with lots of sun. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. Here at KERA, at least, we're gearing up for a shorter 4-day week as we observe Juneteenth this Wednesday. The holiday's history is inseparable from our region, and there's lots of ways to observe. More on that in a minute, but first, the headlines. The Texas Supreme Court has declined to weigh in on a Denton divorce case that questions whether IVF embryos are property or human children in the eyes of the court. Gabriel and Caroline Antoine signed an agreement that he would own the embryos they conceived through IVF when they divorced. And when they did, Caroline argued that embryos are humans under Texas abortion law, so they should go through the child custody process. Lower court sided with her husband, and those rulings stand. Gabriel Antoine says that it was a heavy process knowing that their case could risk IVF access in Texas. He also says he's unsure what he'll do with the embryos. The case came forward just months after Alabama's high court ruled that frozen embryos have some human rights. Dallas County has lost a bright orange 4.5-ton machine with big rollers for wheels, and now they need your help finding it. The asphalt roller was stolen during the severe storms in May, sometime between the 25th and 27th. The $100,000 machine was stolen near Jefferson Boulevard and Cockrell Hill Road. Dallas County Sheriff's spokesperson Doug Sisk said that it has the letters HAMM and the numbers 40763 on it. 3 men in a white truck with a broken taillight loaded it onto a trailer. Tips left at 214-653-3430 will be forwarded to detectives on the case. Fort Worth activist Opal Lee is moving into a new house built on the same lot where her family home once stood. KERA's Zara Amici was at the celebration Friday and has more.
And we want you to go enjoy it for many years, your brand new home.
Known as the grandmother of Juneteenth, Lee received the keys to the house at 940 East Annie. It's where she and her family lived when she was a kid. In 1939, Lee's home was destroyed by a racist mob upset that a black family had moved into their neighborhood. 85 years later, it's her home once again.
Just know I love every one of you, and I'm your grandmother, sometimes by another mother.
Several North Texas organizations collaborated in bringing this project to life at no cost to Lee.
That was KERA's Zara Amici. All right, y'all, the Mavs pulled it off on Friday, and Dallas stayed in the series with a 122-84 win. But they're still down 3-1, and if the Celtics win tonight in Game 5, they'll be the champions. Researchers are investigating how an iron infusion from glacier meltwater might change Antarctica's seas, but largely also the climate. The naturally occurring element makes its way to Antarctica via wind-blown dust and lives in the bedrock beneath glaciers. The iron then feeds the continent's most important prey, krill, and in turn feeds most living creatures in the region. As more and more ice-melt iron is dispersed throughout the oceans, though, it could do something else, cause a massive algal bloom in the Southern Ocean. These blooms would in turn draw carbon out of the ocean and potentially slow climate change. For the full story, check out the Science Quickly podcast from Scientific American. All right, y'all, back to Miss Opal Lee. She is going to complete her 2.5-mile walk at the African American Museum of Dallas to recognize the 2.5 years that it took the news and enforcement of freedom to reach the enslaved people of Texas. Now a national holiday, Juneteenth celebrates the freedom gained when slavery was abolished all across the country. You can register to join her in person or virtually at aamdallas.org. And for more going on across the Metroplex, check out kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for starting your morning with me today. I'm so glad you take a few minutes to listen each morning. Be sure to subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA newsletter, also by yours truly at keranews.org, and check us out on Instagram and Threads at KERATX. I'm Katherine Hobbs. We'll chat again tomorrow.